Hello, everybody. How are you? This is just a simple video, not a react video, but kind of is at the same time. Consider this a video of just free flowing thought. Wanted to talk about Foodie Beauty and everything going on with her. So let's talk. Everybody got their coffee? Because we're going to be here for a minute, not too terribly long, but still. So, Foodie has been in panic mode. She's been privating videos and she went on the couples channel to try to keep it monetized, make sure that it didn't fall off completely. Just doing everything she can to make sure that she doesn't get canceled by YouTube. And in my opinion, I think she put on the abaya and the hijab as a way to, in her thoughts, protect herself from being canceled by YouTube, although I don't think that's going to work. Way too much stuff been going on with her. So, finally, YouTube had decided to change its policies. It's about doggone time. Took them long enough to get to the table. We've all been waiting for them to show up. But they finally showed up. And why did they show up? Because of a lawsuit that's going on with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It was because of a lawsuit that they decided to act. Had this lawsuit probably not come about, they probably would not have acted. But now the lawsuit is here and they have to act, don't they? Well, kind of sounds like they suffer from the same thing that Foodie suffers from. They don't do anything unless they're forced to do something. But nevertheless, the changes are here. So a lot of people are privating videos on their channel, which is a wise move. A lot of people deleting stuff off their channels, which is also a wise move. Better to delete stuff than be at risk. And what's Foodie doing? Y'all, what did she do? She decided to do a video today. She posted not too long ago where she was basically being defiant to YouTube. Would you like to see? I'll show you a screenshot. I'm not showing the doggone video, okay? We're not showing it. I'm not reacting to it. I'm not putting my channel at risk. No, ma'am. No, sir. Just a few seconds. Okay, do you see what's going on here? Yeah. So she did a video where she was talking about Amberlynn Reed and the reaction channels. And look, she's doing an entire mukbang. Yep, sure was. Foodie, is that your way of saying to YouTube, do your worst? Are you daring YouTube to do something? Because that never works out well for you. When you put out the message and the energy of do your worst, usually something happens and it's something that you don't like. So let's address some of the stuff you said in your video. When you were talking about other mukbangers, other people with mukbang channels, your thought is, well, if they're going to take me down, what about the other mukbang channels? I say don't worry about them. Worry about you. If YouTube decides to keep their channels, which very well be the case of they could be there or they could not be there, here's the difference between them and you. Those people who are doing the mukbang content may or may not have an issue with food, but you confirmed, have said yourself out of your own lips, you do have an issue with food. You've said it many, many times over the years that you have a food addiction. You have a problem with food. You have even gone on to state that you have BED. So you are not just a regular mukbanger, a normal person just getting on camera and eating food. No, no, no. You are someone that you have a big problem with food. You have a food disorder, which makes things a little different, doesn't it? You have an actual addiction and disorder revolving around food. So you're not a regular mukbanger, just getting on camera, eating some food, and after the camera is shut off, all is well. No, You're someone, you have a disorder revolving around food. Which means you shouldn't be doing food content at all. If that is your issue, if you have an addiction to something, you should not be doing this something on camera, should you? No, because at that point, what do you think? That you are monetizing your problem, that you are glorifying your problem, and you're looking to profit. Now, Foodie, myself and others on YouTube, other reactors, other channels have been calling you out and clocking you for all of this disordered eating. And how long have I been screaming about you doing the feeder content on YouTube? Years, absolute years. I clocked you a long time ago that you were doing the feeder content, didn't I? I sure did. Called it out so that everybody would know what they were looking at. You thought you were being sneaky doing the feeder content on YouTube. Everybody else looking at you and thinking, oh, she's just eating a bunch of food on camera, but I saw right through it. You were doing the feeder content. Why? Because I knew about it. I had knowledge about that. So I wanted to share it with everybody else so that everybody else would understand what they were really looking at. You, madam, have spent the last several years building the perfect toxic addiction machine. You had a problem with food, and you've even said yourself, you like doing the food content. It was easy to get on camera and eat and get paid for it. Easy content that made you lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money. And somewhere along the way, you attracted the feeder idiots. They were attracted to you because of the amount of food that you were eating. So they gathered to your channel. And it went from you simply having a YouTube channel where you got on camera and ate to basically you were abusing the platform. Not to showcase entertaining content or educational content, but catering to an adult fetish, and that's exactly what it is. The feeder content is adult content and therefore should be on an adult-only forum. And YouTube is not an adult-only forum, and nor did you age-restricted content to only adults, which meant anybody of any age could view what you were doing. I know why you came to YouTube to do that kind of content, Foodie. Because if you had gone to an adult forum, like say OnlyHands or somewhere else, you'd be up against a lot of competition from people doing that exact same content. Also, you'd have to work double hard to advertise yourself. So you thought to yourself, why go to an adults only forum and do this kind of content and be up against multiple creators doing the same content when I can come on to YouTube and there's not that much competition? And so you did. And you made a lot of money. And slowly over time, you turned your YouTube channel into a fetish channel, catering to many different adult fetishes. Feederism being the first and top one. But there's also been other adult fetishes that have been featured on your channel, such as poo fetish, exhibitionism, flashing, being under the influence, flatulence, BDSM. I could keep going. It became an adult fetish channel. You were specifically looking for people who had certain adult fetishes because fetish guys pay well, don't they? You were using your channel to attract those fetish people in hopes that they will contact you privately, like say on Cameo or through Instagram, because you're always giving out your Instagram account, pull them around the corner and make money doing private content. So from a YouTube channel to using your channel as a portal to bring in the fetish guys with the money. But I'm getting off topic here. Let's go back to the food content because that's paramount. That's number one, isn't it? Yes, it is. So you're over there complaining that YouTube is doing something. It's changing its policies. Chantal, let me remind you of something. YouTube is a company. They don't answer to you. They don't answer to any of us. We are all on the platform, monetized or not, and they are letting us use the platform to talk to people. And getting monetized is a bit of a privilege that you earn, and you have to follow the rules. If it's somebody else's workplace, you have to follow the rules, no matter what the rules are, whether you think they're ridiculous or not. That includes you. You have to follow the rules. And you've made a lot of money off YouTube, Foodie, and I mean a lot. Amberlynn Reed has made well over $1 million on YouTube in the 10 plus years she's been on YouTube, and you aren't far behind that. And isn't it something that despite the fact that you and Amber have been on YouTube for over 10 years and you have made so much money, you're worse off than when you first started. When you first started YouTube, you were living with BB. You had a little bit of money in pocket. Now you're so broke, you're grifting money. 100K plus channel and you're still begging money from people. And Amber, well, does she have much to show for her time on YouTube? Not really. Maybe some earrings and some dirty washcloths, but that's about it. Really, really sad. And I guess it's because you and Amber both thought that the money train would roll forever. Neither one of you prepared for the day when the train was going to stop. And there's no one to blame but yourselves. Should have seen this coming, but you didn't. Because you and Amber are both entitled brats. You feel entitled to other people's money. Maybe because you've had it easy for so long that you just didn't prepare for the hard times. Well, the hard times are here. I hope that you do get demonetized. I really do. Because then the perfect addiction machine would be broken. You couldn't come on YouTube and use your addictions to make money. You couldn't monetize them. Certainly, you couldn't come on camera and eat and attract the feedies. They can go somewhere else. They can go back to the sites where they belong, where they're going to have to pay a subscription or a membership to see that kind of content. They can't come on YouTube and get the rocks off for free. That's not what YouTube is for. It is not a place for adult fetishes. Adult fetishes belong in adult places. Too much has gone on for too long on YouTube, but it needs to stop. There needs to be a clear message. If you have an addiction, if you have a disorder, you need to go seek help for it. Make yourself healthy. Don't use what's wrong with you to make money. That's not the right way to handle things. I think you're upset because you backed yourself into a corner. You called yourself Foodie Beauty. You got known for eating food on camera, and now you can't do that anymore. And you don't know what else to do. There's a variety of things you could do, but you want things to stay easy. You don't want to work to make a little bit of money on YouTube. You don't want to put some effort forth to entertain people. You just want to get on camera, get lazy, turn on the camera, eat a bunch of fast food, turn off camera, post a video, and make a couple $100. Well, those days are over. Thank God. Thank God. No one needs to see that kind of content. Not from you, not from anybody else. And that video you posted today, are you trying to play a game of chicken with YouTube? See if they'll actually demonetize you. I wouldn't be testing the water if I were you. I really wouldn't. I'm sure you're walking on very thin ice. I don't know what it's going to take for YouTube to pull the trigger on you, but I'm sure you're getting doggone close, especially when you do things like that. But keep pushing that button. Keep pushing it. Backing yourself into that tight corner. Then if something happens, you can't play victim. I'm sure you want to. You love to play the victim, don't you? Even though you're scarcely the victim. But I'm glad that YouTube is changing the policies. The feeder content on YouTube has to stop. The monetizing of addictions and disorders has to stop. People need to learn if you've had a problem like that, you just need to get it treated. Get some help. Seek out help, therapy, counseling, inpatient, whatever you need. That kind of stuff doesn't belong here. Maybe you're angry, Chantal, because if YouTube turns off the Google AdSense faucet, you're going to be in trouble. Because doesn't that effectively shut down everything? Is that the one thing holding everything else up? Your house of cards will come down. Because your money is connected to so many things. The way you pay your rent, the way you pay your bills, the money that you use to buy the fast food. No more Google AdSense for fast food, foodie. But that also means no more being the sugar mama for your sugar babies. No more paying for men. And if you can't make money, and if you can't pay for the men in your life, well, then the men in your life disappeared, don't they? And they sure do. So you sure you want to test the YouTube waters? You sure you want to mess with YouTube? Because I don't think they're going to put up with that for very long. I really don't think so. I don't think they're going to put up with that nonsense much longer. So you do what you got to do, Chantal. But I do think we're in the find out phase of the F around. You've been effing around for over 10 years. Not preparing, not planning. Now you're finding out. But the things they are changing, whether you want to change or not, they are changing. And since it's not your company, since you don't own YouTube, there's really not a whole lot you can do. You're just another worker in the workplace, so to speak, but you are not the boss. And since you're not the boss, you don't make the rules. And if you don't make the rules, that means what? It means you have to follow them. And if you don't follow them, you know what happens. You get fired. You get fired. So keep being rebellious, Chantal. Keep it up. Because if you do, you'll get demonetized. I'm sure people are reporting your videos left and right. And it's get to a point where they can't ignore it anymore. And they're going to have to do something. I don't know what they're going to do. But the days of stuffing your face on camera and being gross and catering to the feeders, those days are over. The days of creating and keeping this toxic addiction machine running, also over. You built it, but it's going to be YouTube that breaks it. And then once it breaks, what are you going to do? Should have done something about it a long time ago, but you didn't. So I'm just putting this video out there. I am so happy that YouTube is changing its policies. This nonsense of people monetizing their food problems has gone on way too long. It needs to be over. It needs to be a platform of entertainment, not monetized addiction. There needs to be a message about that. You can't monetize dangerous, harmful behavior, self-harm content. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to hear that. So y'all tell me your thoughts in the comments. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye.